Give yourselves a round of applause. Yes. Thank you, President Rosalind Brewer. Thank you so much for your leadership and the impact you've made on our young leaders. And thank you to the Board of Trustees, the teachers, the staff, and thank you to the remarkable class of 2025 for having me. It is an honor to be in the presence of our future. And let me tell you, the future looks good on y'all. Please save us. Look, I'm not going to spend a lot of time today on what you will do when you leave these halls, your career paths, whether you choose to start a family, buy a home. Well, that's going to be a minute anyway, but I will focus more on the significance of this moment in time. Black women, we are intelligent, okay? Intelligent scientists, engineers, lawyers, doctors, artists, mathematicians. Thank you, Katherine Johnson. Yes. We're nurturers, nation builders. Thank you, Harriet Tubman, and our forever First Lady, Michelle Obama. Visionaries, Sojourner Truth, Ida B. Wells, Ann Atwater. Y'all need to see that movie. I ain't hear enough applause up in here. I could go on. It's in the doing that we are often recognized, but it's the power of the unseen where we are often ignored. The grandmothers who prayed over you so that you could walk across this stage today. The aunties who showed up for you when mama had to hold down 2 jobs to make sure you had food on the table, right? That's right. The cousins who pulled up when your hello was off, when your spirit was low, and encouraged you to keep going. You didn't get here all by yourself. There are women in your lineage who are directly responsible for the seat you're sitting in today, whether you know them or not. We've spent a lot of time focused on our trauma of our ancestors, and that is not to be forgotten. But today, we're going to celebrate the resilience, the joy, the fortitude, the power that has manifested in you. Now, in this age of technology where the brain can barely keep up with the new trends, what's news today and out tomorrow, the culture of thank you, next, it's easy for us to hone in on the pain, the disconnect from each other and from ourselves even. But the body and spirit never forgets our resilience, buried beneath. Some call it intuition, others divine intervention. Some omniscient presence working on our behalf. I've experienced this firsthand. If we go by the statistics, I shouldn't even be here. I grew up in DC in the 80s and 90s, in the middle of the, in the 80s and 90s, in the middle of the crack epidemic. DC was the murder capital of the nation. AIDS made its way on the scene. When I was 7, divine intervention had me go down south to my grandma's house in Scholar Neck. In Scholar Neck, North Carolina, we called it North Kakalaki. And I would dream with my imaginary friends, because yes, I was the only one that was sent down there. I knew I wanted to make people laugh or cry or feel something, because growing up in the bowels of ruin, where everything around me said that there was no place here for the dreams of little black girls like me, Grandma's house gave me access to the impossible by all measures. She didn't let on that the world would deny me or that black women would run into barriers at every turn. She would set the stage for me to imagine a world where my life would someday be whatever I dreamed, despite the circumstances. Follow me now. I was 7, a very important time in my life. Let's go here. The symbolic meaning of 7 in some cultures and religions is completion, perfection, and divine intervention. In the Bible, God created the world in 6 days, and on the 7th day, he what? The book of Revelations, there's 7 churches, 7 trumpets. In other religions or spiritual practices like Islam and Buddhism, the 7 factors of enlightenment. and the 7 heavens. Even in math, the number 7 is a prime number only divisible by itself. And right here at Spelman, you've educated 6 generations of scholars, artists, leaders, and you, class of 2025, are ushering in the 7th generation. Stay with me, I'm not done. Some research in science says that we are carrying 7 generations in our cells, our DNA. This is epigenetics. The 7th generation, according to other studies, can break the cycle of pain and trauma for future generations. So you are standing between the past and the future. That's a lot of weight to carry, I know. But it wouldn't be you if God and the universe hadn't chosen you. I started a mental health organization 7 years ago. There's that number again. I had no idea that this would be my fate. I created it because I had my own battles with anxiety and trauma. I didn't have the mental health support I needed growing up. We didn't talk about it. No matter how talented and gifted you are, nothing survives or thrives without your wellness journey running right alongside your chosen career path. Your bodies are carrying 7 generations of trauma and your own. But it's also carrying resilience. You were chosen at this time to be educated at this university and launched into the world to make change for those coming behind you. Divine intervention. All right, we all know I'm a successful actress, entrepreneur, but everything I do is in service to others. Everything. The awards and accolades are not the goal. It's an acknowledgement of my doing, but my heart and soul acknowledges who I am becoming, a servant. I've used my voice and platform in service to a higher calling. You've watched my journey both on screen and off. It hasn't been pretty or easy. I've had to fight for equity and a seat at the table until I discovered that I am the table. Black women have been undervalued and denied through history. This is nothing new for us. But what we mold and shape and build to create opportunities for ourselves and each other is a unique quality. Despite it all, we still choose to serve the greater good. Right now, today, our books are being removed. Our rights as women are being challenged. Our blackness is depicted as a threat. We are being denied in every sector imaginable. God created the world in 6 days, and on the 7th day, and on November 7, 2024, 2 days after being denied yet again, black women took a page from the greatest book ever written and decided collectively to rest, to be in service to others, to ourselves for once. It is the God in us. It is our birthright. We're resting in our joy, resting in our resilience, resting in our brilliance, resting in the hands of our ancestors, resting in the promise of God and the universe. Y'all better stop messing with black women. Because once we get up from this much deserved rest, F around and find out. Now don't wait for the moment where you feel seen. Exact your mission right away. Know your why. What you impact today may not be felt for 7 generations down the line, but that's okay. Our ancestors didn't wait on you. You did a good job, or I see you. They knew that you and I would be here today as a result of their efforts. So don't be dismayed if what you do to serve humanity is not spread across headlines or social media. That ain't your business. On social media, we're always interested in the grass of somebody else's lawn, right? It's always greener, right? But most likely, it's AstroTurf. Focus on your own values and goals, flowers and trees, and stay off other people's grass. Because while you're distracted by what somebody else is doing, the root of your tree is rotting. See, when I allowed myself to get swept up in Hollywood and how the world felt about me, my root was rotting, on display for the world to see. The disappointments, the constant nagging thoughts. Am I enough? I should be doing more movies, more ad campaigns, more, while the root of my tree was dying of self-love, healthy relationships. My mental health was suffering. I was complaining, frustrated, angry at times, and all of this was affecting me. The number 7 is only divisible by itself. You have to turn your attention to you when moments get tough. There will be challenges, but how you respond is all up to you. So I took a trip to Bali alone to get still and focus on the root of my tree again. I had to remember how to breathe, child. Let go of distractions, access water and sunlight, connect with God again, but on a deeper level. Believe in divine intervention. Every no was strategically placed in my life so that I could bear fruit for myself, for my loved ones, and the generations to come. I was chosen for this assignment, and so are you. You won't be perfect. Perfection is the perfect lie. You will make mistakes, and that's okay. As the Geechees from the Gullah Islands say, take care of the root to heal the tree. And the tree is all of us, y'all, because humans need humans. There is a beautiful ritual in the Babemba tribe in South Africa. I'll share it with you. When a person acts irresponsible or harmful, he is placed in the center of the village alone and surrounded by the tribe for 2 days. Every woman, man, and child gather and speak positive affirmations to the person. Remind him of all the good things he's done, every good deed, every experience they can recall, and they take their time. 2 whole days. The tribe believes that each human comes into the world as good. Each one of us only desiring safety, belonging, happiness, and dignity. But sometimes when we are so focused on trying to achieve happiness, people make mistakes, but we don't throw them away. The tribe sees those mistakes as a cry for help. They come together to lift him, to reconnect him with his true nature, to remind him who he really is until he fully remembers the truth of which he has been temporarily disconnected. I am good. At the end of the tribal circle, the tribal circle is broken. A joyous celebration takes place, and the person is symbolically and literally welcomed back into the tribe. This, for me, is my sister circle. The women sitting next to you, your sister circle. The sisters who hold on to your true nature, your good deeds when you've forgotten them. Those who remind you to water your root of your tree when it's difficult to produce fruit. The ancestors' blood running through your body who passed on the resilience and the light to help you find your way through the darkness. The God, or whatever name you give to the force that is greater than you, who steps in on your behalf with divine intervention. You are never alone. Hold close the power that lifts you, seen or unseen. Remember the 7 generations you hold within and the 7 waiting to be born on the wind of your joy. Shikoba, Nabagia Sakatia. Nabagia Sakatia is a compliment used in South Africa and means I respect you, I cherish you, you matter to me. In response, people say Shikoba, which means so I exist for you. Look at the sister next to you, and you say this with me. Shikoba,